they've evolved?
We've improved in areas. And, obviously, there's some areas that we still got to get better at. Anytime you're dealing with youth, there's mistakes that are being made, and got to get those corrected. By no means have we arrived from a fundamental standpoint, and obviously understanding our defense. So it's still a work in progress of understanding what we want for things to come really natural and quick. It's not happening, but we've had, most of the time the kids, they're on point, they come to work. That's the exciting thing. These guys want to get better, and that's been the mindset from the beginning.
Do you feel confident that Cameron Sutton continues to be hungry, even though he's had some success to this point?
I think so. I mean, Cam's a pretty steady Eddie kind of personality. It's not really much of an up and down personality, and that's the way he practices. Very businesslike, and that's what we like about him. It's important to him. But again, he's got a long way. He knows he's got a long way to go as far as being a player that he wants to be. Again, he's just a young player that has made an impact on our defense.
What challenges does a veteran quarterback like A.J. McCarron present to your defensive back?
Really for the whole defense. The understanding of what a defense does, whether you're trying to disguise or he's got a great grasp of knowledge. You can see that on film. He knows what to do with the ball. Whenever he's in trouble, he gets rid of it. He doesn't really press it, doesn't really push it, doesn't force it. Makes good decisions. He's got a great arm. You see how confident he is. So he presents a major challenge for us because, again, he's not one of those guys that makes a lot of mistakes. So we've got to do a really good job of a defense of tackling well, lining up right, properly, executing, and making plays.
You've coached against some of Alabama's championship teams. What sticks out about this particular Alabama team?
It's very consistent with all the other championship teams, from the standpoint of how businesslike they are, how fundamentally sound, how they execute. A lot of playmakers.
You've had 3 SEC games now where Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, nobody passed for 200 yards. Is that significant, or is that a goal, or what would you say about that?
Really don't look at that as much as we do as far as how well are we doing stopping the run, because that dictates a lot of times what your pass is. So we've got to do a lot better job defending the run as a defense. But yards really is not the important fact. Obviously, it's points and not giving up explosive plays. Those are the things that you try and stay away from and make sure you execute the defense.
Let's talk Monday.
No, go ahead.
Let's talk Monday about tackling. Was the emphasis coming off the watching film of South Carolina? How much was that an emphasis in the back end this week compared to past weeks?
It's like that every week, and it's always going to be the main emphasis is tackling. Our goals this week has been, to do really good on first down. They do a great job of staying out of third down. So we've got to do a really good job on first and second down and get them into the long yardage, the third down situations. But you got to be able to tackle. These guys do a great job of making guys miss from a physicality standpoint and also from their athleticism as far as changing direction in transition. So our work is cut out.
How are you guys doing in terms of tackling? Feel like you're getting better?
When it wasn't good last game, so we weren't happy with it. So we've got to improve. That's been the emphasis this week. So we've got to do better.
Has anybody, when you look at who's played Alabama, has anybody defended them better than anyone else, or have you seen anything that was impressive?
I think there's been a little bit of everything in some of the games. More so maybe in the first couple of games that they played, whether it's Virginia Tech and A&M, those were close ball games, so with the exception of a couple plays here and there. So, again, we're going to be challenged in all areas from the standpoint of the running game and also the passing game. And like I say every week, whenever you got a great quarterback, you got a great running back core, and you got a great wide receiver, that becomes a stressful situation for the defense. So we just got to make sure we get lined up right, play with great leverage, tackle, and don't give up explosive plays. That'll be the main focus as it always is every week. Thanks.
So as good as they are at both